Alright, so we're going to show you how to set up the dialysis tubing and the dialysis lab.
So first, you should have the lab in front of you. Make sure you follow the instructions exactly as they are written. And it says obtain an 8-inch strip of dialysis tubing that has been soaking in water. This will be at the front of the classroom, so you want to come up and get that first. Tie a knot on one end. Carefully open the other end with the help of your partner.
So now this can be a little tricky. So you're just going to tie it in a knot, pull it through, so it'll kind of look like the end of a candy wrapper. Then the other side, if you just kind of roll it between your fingers, it'll open up.
Right, it comes out pretty flat sometimes, and you just got to kind of, see I just did that with my fingers and it just opened up for me. So you just got to kind of rub it back and forth. Okay. Once you have it open, we're going to squirt 6 pipettefuls of the combined starch and glucose solution. This is the clear solution. It is labeled at your tables, so it's clear. You're going to do 6 squirtfuls. A squirtful isn't 6 drops.
This is a drop. You're doing a squirtful, so a whole amount.
And this is where your partner might be able to help you, just kind of holding it and opening it for you.
You can put the pipette down in there and just fill it.
So that would be 1 squirt.
Okay, so you're going to do 6 squirts of this.
Okay, once you have your 6 squirtfuls, you're going to tie the other end just like you tied the first end.
So now this side's even harder to tie now because you have less space to work with. So you might have to use, like a pencil or something to help you push this through.
It's best sometimes if you can twist it to kind of make it into a more of a thread-like material.
Alright, so here the dialysis tubing is tied. So if you can't do it, just give it to your partner and have them try. So it's going to look kind of like a piece of wrapped candy when it's done.
Okay, now it says fill the beaker with enough water so that the dialysis tubing stays submerged. So I'm going to go over to the sink. It's just sink water.
You're going to fill the beaker. You also have to rinse this off. You can't just put this in here because you may have gotten glucose on the outside of it when you were filling it.
Right.
So you'll just take this over to the sink and you'll do the same thing. You'll just rinse this off real good. So be careful, you don't want to drop it, but you want to rinse the whole thing off.
Okay, then the next part of the procedure says to add 2 squirts of iodine into the beaker. So I'm just going to do that. There's 1.
So again, a squirt is a whole pipette full. It's not a drop.
2. And you should see a kind of a yellowy brown color.
Okay. And then you'll wait. And you'll let this sit for about
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
But your teacher will tell you how long to wait depending on how long it took you to set it up.
Yeah, sometimes it takes 10 minutes, sometimes it takes 20, sometimes it takes the full half hour. And when you come back after a half an hour, you should see a color change.
Okay, and that's how you set up the lab. If you have any questions, ask your teacher.